Welcome back to another episode of the Bolton Career Mode, where today we are in the January transfer. We are sitting third in the Premier League and the Champions League spot, is what I was trying to say there. We have Exeter in the FA Cup. We are going to get all the way over towards March, maybe even end of March, close to the start of April. In today's episode, we kind of have to accelerate this series because I don't have that many days left before the start of FC25. So yeah, we kind of got to go quick and put the pedal to the metal. We skip on the pre-eliminatory round of the Europa League after finishing first in the Europa League, going undefeated, winning 5, drawing 1. So we get to skip this, which includes teams like AC Milan, Dortmund, Aston Villa, Sevilla, Galatasaray, Porto, Nantes, Torino. So yeah, we get to skip all those teams. And we'll go into... Actually, let's go check out the Champions League round of 16. I keep forgetting Leeds is doing so good. And Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is playing Inter Milan. Bayern Munich versus Napoli. Man City versus Barcelona. So, yeah, there's that. These groups are actually really interesting here. Wasn't there a very hard group? I think it was this one where we had the prospect of Ajax or Man City getting out, and thank the Lord Man City didn't get out. It was Sporting who got out. Ajax not even pick up a single win, and they get knocked out of Europe completely. So yeah, let's just get into the action. As far as transfers go, we are in the transfer window. We have 158 million. I don't really know if we're gonna sign anyone. The only reason we sign someone is if we sell someone, and the only reason we sell someone is if a massive club comes in for that guy. So I'm not quite sure how that's gonna look out, but we'll just go year by year, game by game. We probably won't focus on the league a little bit too much, at least the major teams. As you can see here, Norton is looking to return from injury. But yeah, we won't really focus on the league too much unless it's a massive team that's in the top 4 battle. This is the starting 11 to take on Exeter City. Lewis Potter, Blake Conshayo, Bergvall, Koshu, Hahn, McLeod, Baker, Avias, Fort, and Reed in net. Let's see what the boys can do at home against a very poor team. And Lewis Potter, after 39 minutes, has the opening for Bolton here. 1-0. And a 1-0 win. We scrape out of that against Exeter City with a 1-0 win to Lewis Potter in the 38th minute. We move on to the next round of the FA Cup. Quick sim here against Brentford. A 1-1 draw. Evan Fergurson scored in the 2nd minute, but that was it. The lack of scoring from Bolton here. We do make one little signing. It's only a loan deal. It's to boost our midfield just a little bit. We bring in this youngest French CDM from Cadiz. We seen him. He popped up on my little scout thing. It was like the exciting prospect or whatever, young prospect, world class prospect, whatever they call it now. He's 84 overall at 22 years old. So we bring him in. Petit, welcome to the club. You're probably a regen of some sorts. Maybe N'Golo Kante. Maybe there's a chance. I guess I could check with his birthday, but that's just too much work. So welcome to the club. You will be a backup center defensive mid for Joao Neves and Mr. Kokshu, obviously, and just some midfield depth support for us as well. How is Reed the captain, by the way? I mean, it's fair, but it is what it is. Also, we have Manchester City in the FA Cup next round, so that's interesting. Do we accept this for Evan Fergurson? 89s overall at 26 years old. Evan Fergurson to Inter Milan. They can't play us this season. They can play us next season. Do we say goodbye to another striker that we just have, I mean, the best of luck with? Do we have to go find out what would be a 4th striker to replace what Broha replaced? Or Broha was the starting when he started this all. He was the best striker we've had at the initially, and then we have Balogun, who filled in his shoes and did more, and then we had Evan Fergurson, who filled in his shoes and did even more than what Balogun could have done. Do we now sell Evan Fergurson for 152 million? Do we try and get at least a little bit more? We can see if we can get close to 170, 160, but this is already a negotiated deal. Who do you have as strikers? You don't have nobody interesting. We're going to try and bump this up to like 167 mil and see what they say. We are now negotiating on what was already a delegated negotiation deal, so they might just walk out. And no, they'll accept 167 million. I made sure to where the board got pretty much as much. It was like from 115 or 115 all the way to like 158 or something like that. So I went 140 to 160. So the fact that we can get 15 million more than what I was going to ask for anyway off of the delegation is fine. But now we need to find a striker for the second half of the season. That's just not good. And so before he even walks out the door, we have what is right now a temporary but could be a permanent replacement as well. Is bringing back Florian Balogun back to the club. So yeah, he's coming back on loan from PSG. He'll be here for the rest of the season. 181 million to buy him permanently. Welcome to the club, Florian Balogun. Alright, and Evan Fergurson got loaned out. Evan Fergurson sold. He went to Inter Milan for 167 million. So we say goodbye to him. Another striker roulette. And who do we replace him with? I don't know if you already seen it in the video, but why is my mouse not on the game? We have replaced him with Florian Balogun on a loan deal, a loan to buy deal for 181.5 million, something like that. If we want to buy him at the end of the season, Florian Balogun, welcome back to Bolton. And now you have some bigger shoes to fill, but you feel like you could do it because look at your stats. You are absolutely insane. Let's go and actually look at him at a proper view here on Squad Hub. Let's go over to Florian Balogun. Look at his stuff. 98 finishing, 91 attack positioning, 97 sprint speed, 93 acceleration. His crossing, we don't care about that. Agility is honestly not the best, which is fine. His stamina, not the best, which is, I guess, all right. 87 volleys. The only downside on him is he's 29 years old. Evan Fergurson was 26. But Florian Balogun, you have some massive shoes to fill here now. Didn't expect this to happen, but hey-ho. That's the way it goes sometimes. And we are going to go ahead and just close out the transfer window there. It is done, and now we have a match against Manchester City. Florian Balogun starts this game here, back in the starting 11, where essentially some of the same players he's always played with. McCarty for Man City, Erling Haaland. Oh, and my players are, the glitch is back. Oh, the glitch is back for all my players. Oh, this is so annoying. Why does this happen? It makes the game not enjoyable. Like, I know people like the real face stuff, but this stuff is really what bothers me. So why is it like this? It has no reason to be like this. I don't know what triggers it. Joao Neves into Francisco Gonzalo. Now Francisco Gonzalo's into space here. And Francisco, can he shoot it? He does. Payeta with the save. Out for a corner. Francisco on said corner. Avia's on the header. It's out for another corner. Francisco Gonzalo. Can Avias win that one? No. Second ball by Ballo. He won't get there. Avia's chasing that down. Kevin Schade now in towards Sudakov. Sudakov, Avias. And I can't play this. I just can't play it. We're going to jump to simulation because I just can't deal with the glitch. And we are going to a replay. After their 9 shots, we are off to a replay. And I'm off to reset my game to fix this stupid-ass bug. For now, at least, until it happens again. Let's try this again. It's the replay of the FA Cup here against Manchester City. I went ahead and simulated 2 games in between this and the Premier League. One against Aston Villa, we lost 3-0. One against Newcastle, we lost 1-0. So here we are back now with the same exact starting 11 I was playing with in that first game against Man City. I don't see any players that had the bug, so at least for now, it's fixed off of just resetting the game. And let's see if Florian Balogun can hit the guard right in. I mean, he had 2 games in between there to do so, and I guess he had that simulation to do so as well. But you see there, Man City actually dominated us last game, so we got to try and dominate them this game here. And hopefully we can play the full 90, maybe even more, 120. Obviously, it goes to extra time now since we are in the replay. Balogun winning that second ball. Can he win that third one? No, Ruben Diaz consistently getting up there high and tall. O'Reilly. Avias is there again with the interceptions. Kokshu now. Sudakov into Florian. Balogun out wide to De Kuiper. De Kuiper now in for Schade. Schade. He was going to cross it. He takes it himself. And Kevin Schade saved by Payeta. And out for a corner. And now Joao Neves to whip it in. Avias to head it in. Saved by Payeta again. Another corner here for Bolton. Are we finally waking up? We're going to go short. Sudakov back to Francisco. Now into Kokshu. And Kokshu off the crossbar. Oh, how does that not go in? Kokshu. Bolton, a little short spree there showing what we're capable of. But after the whole 40-ish minutes there was all Man City. There we go, second half. Very quiet from us for the first 40 minutes. Nearly scoring 3 times in that last 5. Let's see if we can actually score before Man City. Sudakov, Shada. Can he find Florian? It's a difficult pass if he does. Florian a little bit out wide now. Into De Kuiper. De Kuiper crossed in. Francisco was probably offside. He was. We play on though. Bradley. Where were you passing that one to, buddy? Charlie Patino. Kokshu winning that ball back. Can he find Shada? He does. Shada now. In towards Florian Balogun. Florian Balogun turns, fouled off the ball. Sudakov will play on. Shada out wide for De Kuiper. De Kuiper back post for Joao Neves on the volley! And Joao Neves finds the back of net, and Bolton have the lead. It's 1-0 to the boys in black and white red. O'Reilly, Auto Parts, O'Reilly into Holland, Erling, he'll lay it off. Doyle, saved by Reed, out for a corner. 10 minutes left to go. Avias will get a yellow card for that earlier challenge from Holland. We have Bergvall coming off. We also have Petit coming on for his debut here. And Norton, welcome back to the club. Avias, you actually come off for Baker, just to kind of conserve that, make sure you don't pick up that second yellow card in these last 10 minutes. So a couple changes here. Norton's back from his injury, and he's already holding his shoulder as I'm literally carrying him. To Kuiper, clears, but only to Rodrigo. O'Reilly, and Norton is there. Can Norton just boot it up the field? Petit, down to Baker. Reed now, out wide for Bradley. Connor Bradley. Can you just find Norton into that space? And Norton, welcome back to the club. Into Petit. Petit in towards Ballo. And Balogun on his left foot. Referee, that's a penalty. Is it a pen or is it edge of the box? It was a foul nonetheless. Was it a pen or was it edge of the box? It was edge of the box. Wow. Edge of the box. Do we still have Kokshu on the field? We do still have Kokshu on the field. Do we try and put it in the top right corner and just go completely different? I think we do, right? It's wide open. I think it's wide open there. Kokshu, just don't overhit it. I deserve to lose this game just for that. I deserve to lose this game just for me doing that. I literally told myself not to put power, and I blasted it like I'm sending it from 50 yards away. Norton win the ball back though. Norton, Balogun, Bergvall, enters Lewis Potter, and Payeta with the save. That was good footwork right there from Bolton there. Kokshu on the corner on the right-hand side. De Kuiper, Florian Balogun, Payeta with the save. Petit will keep it in. Back to Kokshu, crossed in, back post, Florian Balogun! Welcome back to Bolton, Mr. Ballo. On the score sheet in your first real game that I play with you. A beautiful volley to seal the win here over Manchester City. We are into the next round of the FA Cup, knocking out Manchester City. Do we care about the FA Cup? Not essentially. It's only a revenue if we fail the Europa League or fail to get Champions League. This would just be the path back into Europe next season. Look at that volley. Look at that volley. Holy cow. 2-0 win here against Manchester City. Or at least a win. And that is game over. Bolton 2, Manchester City 0. We move on to the next round of the FA Cup. Let's go see who we're going to get in the Europa League round of 16. We're going to quick sim these couple games. We draw to West Brom 2-2. We obviously don't play against Bournemouth. I'm just kind of simming until we get to that final or to the round 16 of the Europa League. We're sitting in third still, but tied on points with fourth and fifth. So we're not looking realistically good there. We're not looking good at all to win the league. So that's going to have to be a next season problem. And Liverpool and All the way up to Brighton is only 1 point behind us, and all the way down towards West Ham, Newcastle, they're all within reach. Did they play this 2 legs or did they not? They haven't played the 2 legs, so we have to go another week here to figure it out. So let's go down to the 28th, the last day of February. We beat Bolton, which is good. We have Bournemouth in the next round, or we beat Bournemouth. We have Bournemouth in the next round of the FA Cup as well. But before that, let's see who we get in the, not the Community Shield, the Europa League. Let's see who we got here. So AC Milan went through, HJK went through, no, Basel actually went through. Dortmund went through against Feyenoord. Austin Villa moved on. Sevilla moved on. Stuttgart beat Torino. That's interesting. Frankfurt obviously moved on. Porto moved on with a clean sheet over both games. And we get FC Basel. Were they not in our group? They were in our group. So we get the one team that was in our group that got out of the Europa League. We obviously didn't lose to them. Did we draw to them? Who did we draw to? We beat Basel 4-2 the first game. We drew to them in the second game. So a win in the draw against Basel. Let's see if we can win and win again. Any massive matchups? AC Milan, Leo, no. Porto Leipzig is a decent one. Austin Villa, no. Austin Villa, no. Borussia Dortmund, Real Sociedad, decent. Sevilla, Roma, decent. Other than that, not really too many major matchups. So let's get to the Bournemouth game in the FA Cup, and then we will play the Europa League games. And that'll probably be the one to close out the episode. We lose to Everton. We keep losing league games. That's interesting. That's not good at all. We shouldn't be losing league games like this, but we are. And now FA Cup against Bournemouth. We just beat them 3-1 in the league. Let's see if we can beat them 3-1 in the FA Cup and get into the quarterfinals.
And they kick off here.
Sudakov finds a backer, and that's to open the scoring here. 1-0 for Bolton. And Kokshu to seal the deal in the last second. A 2-0 win. We are into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. It's time for the first leg here of the Europa League, round of 16 against FC Basel. We've already played them twice this season. We got to play them 2 more times. And we've undefeated. We won 4-2, by the way. We won 4-2 and then drew 1-1 off of a simulation. So let's see if we can keep that winning up. And Florian Balogun gets a corner in his first efforts here.
Well, what an occasion this is for the home side, and it's
Francisco Gonçalves crossed in. Avias headed in, but saved by Fayeta, and Pep Chavaver will make you go out for another corner, in which Joao Neves will have been, and Avias will get another corner, the 3rd and the 5th minute here. Joao Neves, Avias, Shirley, finally one connects, 4th, 5th time's the charm, but Bolton have the lead. 6 minutes in here, it's 1-0.
Moving it around with real purpose here.
See, I can't pronounce most of these guys' names, so I can only apologize. But hopefully they don't really have no attacks. Balogun into Kevin Schade, and Kevin Schade now down the left-hand side. Kevin Schade kind of more central, definitely not down the left-hand side. He'll find the back of net, and it's 2-0 for Bolton. Schade down to Ballo. Ballo in towards Conchayo, and Francisco makes it 3-0 here against FC Basel. We're still in that first half. Iko Menese just absolutely banged a shot. Touch shot goal. Wow, 3-1. They get it back in the game. And here comes Clivert now. Down the right-hand side is FC Basel starting to wake up here. FC Basel, it's Clivert, it's Pineco, back to Clivert. Villadison, equal Mensa, Miller is 3-2, they're back in it. It's not over, it's not as dominant as we thought it was going to be. To Kuiper, over the top for Ballo. Can Florian Balogun get there? He does, he has the pace obviously. Florian, Sudakov, Schade. Kevin Schade now, back to Balogun, and we restore at least a 2-goal lead right before the break. It's 4-2, but honestly, a disaster. We should be 4-0, but it's 4-2 now. Avias out wide for De Kuiper. De Kuiper now, still De Kuiper on the ground. Nope, that's not on the ground. No, Balogun down to Joao Neves, and Joao Neves. We have that 3-goal lead back. It's 5-2. Let's not crumble it again. Joao Neves winning that ball back in the midfield. Joao Neves now, still Joao. In for Florian, and Florian not being selfish will find Kokshu, or actually will find Sudakov, and Sudakov will make it 6-1. And this is a dominant game that we wanted here. It could be 6-0. And that will be the first leg done and dusted, a 6-2 win. It was started as dominant, and then it kind of came back into it, but dominance reassured itself. A 6-2 first leg win, which means we don't have to worry about that second leg. We only have to worry about how long is Sudakov, or not Sudakov, how long is Avias out injured for. Second leg of the Europa League, round of 16. If we lose this game 5-0, that would be insane. We draw 2-2. Balogun and Conchayo on here, 8-4. On aggregate, we are into the quarterfinals of the Europa League, and all the other things are done there. So AC Milan move on, Frankfurt move on, RB Leipzig take care of business, OGC Nice move on, Sevilla move on against Roma, Borussia Dortmund move on, as well as Aston Villa. So all the teams you kind of expect to move on, move on. Next up, it's Manchester United at Old Trafford in the Emirates FA Cup quarterfinals. We win this, we are in the semifinals, back to Wembley. Let's see what the boys can do here. And who's starting instead of Kevin Shaw? De Kuiper crossed in. Conchayo! We're off to a bright start here. Francisco Conchayo finds the back of the net. 1-0 for Bolton. Stamenic, Manchester United on the leveler, and Reed's kit is bugged, but it's 1-1. Petit down to De Kuiper. De Kuiper now in for Norton. Norton. Sudakov into Joao Neves. Joao Neves into Francisco Conchayo. Francisco turns, shoots, scores. 2-1 for Bolton. We retake that lead. Celso, El Halal in for Vlahovic. Vlahovic now, cross comes in, and Ahmed Diallo will just head it in, and it's back to level terms, 2-2. Joao Neves, Conchayo, Balogun, in towards Sudakov. Sudakov fighting for the ball. He was winning the ball. He's shooting it, being a little bit selfish there. Bolko with the save. It's out for a corner. Francisco Conchayo onset corner. Petit with his first goal for the club on loan from Cadiz. Petit finds the back of the net. Bolton 3, Manchester United 2. What's on the first half? Ahmed Diallo, it's going to be a penalty, a chance for Manchester United to draw level once again. Why do I keep giving away these stupid flipping penalties? Keep giving away. Vlahovic, and Reed can't save it. It's 3-3. It's 3-3. Avias trying to body him way back into the ball. Geiger, Ahmed now. Geiger nearly gave away another penalty, but Lee Kang in gives Manchester United the lead, 4-3. Francisco losing the ball. How? Like, the game doesn't do that. Unless the game's about to end, of course, obviously. Bergval, Balogun, watching. Now the referee's going to blow his whistle somehow. Out wide to Kevin Schade. Kevin Schade now down to De Kuiper. And De Kuiper. See, like, that doesn't happen. That never happens. We lose 4-3. We're knocked out of the FA Cup. When we come back, we'll probably end the season. I don't think we'll win the league, so we'll probably put full focus on getting at least Champions League football, as well as trying to win the Europa League. We are at the moment clear in Champions League, but only by 2, 3, 4 points, something like that on the odd ends after games are played. We are into the Europa League quarterfinals against Sevilla, so that will be a hard game. Who did they just beat? They just beat Roma 6-4, so this will be a goal fest probably. Come back next episode for that. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.